Hi guys, welcome back for part 2 of our Claude Monet Water Lilies, and this time I'm just going to be using watercolor to do our background and also our lily pads. So if you remember, we used Q-tips for the flowers, but now we're going to focus on a different medium. So I have my watercolor present, 2 brushes, one for the background and one for the lily pad, and my cup of water. The technique we're going to be using is wet on dry, and I just added some water into my color, and then now we're just going to get started to add that lily. The wet on dry technique is just using your wet paint onto a dry surface, which is paper that we're using, and then you're just going to keep applying that method once that paint that you laid down has dried over. To make sure you don't oversaturate your paper, I still have some water left over in my paint palette, so I'm just using that for that darker color. So now I'm just going to speed up so I can make sure all of my water lily pads are done. And again, to make sure you don't oversaturate, only add water or dip your paintbrush into your water cup if you really need it. And this is what it looks like when that is done. So now when your lily pads are done, you're just going to repeat the same step, but using blue for your background or water. I'm painting over my water lilies, but you don't have to. You can paint around. I'm just giving it more of an underwater effect, but you can also give it a above water effect, which is just going around the lilies that we did. So once I've covered the whole thing, I'm just going to add in some detail like waves. And this is optional. Once I'm done with my detail, I'm just going to go right back in with that green and go over those lily pads. So again, we're just using the wet on dry technique. So before you add any more paint, you want to make sure the area that you're going to be repainting is dry. This is just to make sure that your paper isn't oversaturated with water. And then there you have it.